The Flower, a Norman Scripture, a translation of the Avatamsaka Sutra by Thomas Cleary. Homage to all past, future, and present Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Pachika Buddhas, and Shravakas. Book 1. The Wonderful Adornments of the Leaders of the Worlds. Furthermore, the Celestial King Pleasing Light found the door of liberation, of always experiencing the bliss of tranquil serenity, yet being able to appear in order to eliminate the sufferings of the world. The Celestial King Pure Subtle Light found the door of liberation, of the ocean of great compassion, the mind of joy and happiness of all sentient beings. The Celestial King Sound of Freedom found the door of liberation, manifesting in a single instant the power of virtue of all sentient beings of boundless eons. The Celestial King Supreme Awareness and Knowledge found the door of liberation, causing all becoming, existing, and disintegrating worlds to be as pure as space. The Celestial King Delightful Pure Subtle Sound found the door of liberation, of joyfully believing and accepting the teachings of all sages. The Celestial King Sound of Skillful Meditation found the door of liberation, of ability to spend an aeon expounding the meanings and methods of all stages of enlightenment. The Celestial King Adornment Explaining Sound found the door of liberation, of methods of making great offerings when all enlightening beings descend from the palace of the Tushita heaven to be born in the world. The Celestial King Profound Like Sound found the door of liberation, of contemplation of the inexhaustible ocean of spiritual power and wisdom. The Celestial King Great Fame found the door of liberation, of techniques for appearing in the world, having fulfilled the ocean of virtues of all Buddhas. The Celestial King Supreme Pure Light found the door of liberation, of the mind of faith and delight, produced by the power of the Buddha's ancient vows. Then the Celestial King Pleasing Light, imbued with the power of the Buddha, surveyed all the celestial hosts from the heavens of little light, infinite light, and intense light, and said in verse, I remember the past practice of the Buddha, serving and providing offerings for innumerable Buddhas. His pure deeds, in accord with his original faith, are now all visible through the Buddha's spiritual power. The Buddha's body is formless, free from all defilement, always abiding in compassion and pity. He removes the distress of all worlds. This is the liberation of subtle light. The Buddha's teaching is vast and boundless. It is manifest in all fields. According to their becoming and decay, each different, this is the power of liberation, of sound, of freedom. The Buddha's spiritual power is incomparable. It appears everywhere in the vast fields of all directions and makes them all pure, always manifest. This is the technique of liberation, of supreme mindfulness. Respectfully serving all the Buddhas, numerous as atoms in oceans of lands, hearing the teaching, getting rid of defilement, not acting in vain. This is subtle sound's application of the teaching. The Buddhas have for immeasurable aeons expounded the techniques of the stages without peer. What they have explained is boundless and inexhaustible. Sound of skillful meditation knows the meaning of this. The infinite scenes of the Buddha's miraculous displays appear in all places in a single instant. Great techniques for conquering spirits and attaining enlightenment. This is the liberation of adorning sounds, sustained by awesome power able to explain and to demonstrate the deeds of spiritual powers of the Buddhas, purifying all according to their faculties. This is the liberation door of like sound. The Buddha's wisdom is boundless. It has no equal in the world. It has no attachment. Compassionately responding to beings, it manifests everywhere. Great fame has realized this path. The Buddha in the past cultivated enlightening practices, made offerings to all the Buddhas of the 10 directions. The vows made in the presence of each Buddha, supreme light hears and greatly rejoices. Furthermore, the Brahma king Shikin found the door of liberation, abiding in all sights of enlightenment everywhere and preaching the truth while being pure and free of attachments in all actions. Brahma king light of wisdom found the door of liberation, inducing all sentient beings to enter meditative absorption and stay there. Brahma king radiance of beneficent wisdom found the door of liberation, entering everywhere into all inconceivable truths. Brahma king sound of ubiquitous clouds found the door of liberation, entering into the ocean of all utterances of the Buddhas. Brahma king independent observer of the sounds and speech of the worlds found the door of liberation, of ability to remember all the techniques used by enlightening beings in teaching all sentient creatures. Brahma king eyes of still light found the door of liberation, showing the individual differences in characteristics of results of actions of all beings. Brahma king all-pervading light found the door of liberation, of appearing before all sentient beings to guide them according to their various types. Brahma king sound of magical displays found the door of liberation, dwelling in the realm of tranquil and serene action of the pure aspect of all things. Brahma king eyes of shining light found the door of liberation, of always diligently appearing with no attachments, no boundaries, and no dependence in the midst of all existence. Brahma king pleasing ocean sound found the door of liberation, of constant contemplation and investigation of the inexhaustible truth. At that time, the great Brahma king Shikin, imbued with the spiritual power of the Buddha, surveyed all the celestial hosts of the heavens of Brahma bodies, Brahma assistants, Brahma masses, and great Brahmas, and said in verse, "The Buddha body is pure and always tranquil. The radiance of its light extends throughout the worlds, signless, patternless, without images, like clouds in the sky. Thus is it seen. The realm of concentration of the Buddha body cannot be accessed by any sentient being. It shows them inconceivable expedient doors. This is the enlightenment of wisdom, light. The ocean of teachings, numerous as atoms in a Buddha land, are expounded in a single word, all without remainder. They can be expounded this way for oceans of aeons without ever being exhausted. This is the liberation of light, of beneficent wisdom. The complete sound of the Buddhas is equal to the world's. Sentient beings each obtain understanding according to their kind, yet there is no difference in the sound. Such is the understanding of the Brahma King, universal sound. The methods for entering enlightenment of the Buddhas of all times are all apparent in the Buddha body. This is the liberation of sound, of freedom. The activities of all sentient beings are different. According to the causes, the effects are various. In this way do the Buddhas appear in the world. Silent light can understand this. Master of countless media of teaching, civilizing sentient beings everywhere in all quarters, yet not making distinctions therein. Such is the realm of universal light. The Buddha body is like space, inexhaustible, formless, unhindered. It pervades the 10 directions. All of its accommodational manifestations are like conjurations. Sound of magical displays understands this way. The appearances of the Buddha body are boundless, and so are the knowledge, wisdom, and voice. Being in the world, manifesting form, yet without attachment, shining light has entered this door. The King of Truth reposes in the palace of sublime reality. The light of the reality body illumines everything. The nature of reality is incomparable and has no marks. This is the liberation of King Ocean Sound. Furthermore, the celestial King's sovereign freedom had found the door of liberation, of the treasury of freedom, manifestly developing and maturing innumerable sentient beings. Celestial King, Sublime Eye Lord, found the door of liberation, examining the pleasures of all sentient beings and causing them to enter the pleasure of the realms of sages. Celestial King, Beautiful Jewel Banner Crown, found the door of liberation, causing all sentient beings to initiate practices according to their various inclinations and understandings. Celestial King, Courageous Intelligence, found the door of liberation, holding together all the doctrines preached for the benefit of sentient beings. Celestial King, Wonderful Sound Phrases, found the door of liberation, remembering the compassion of the Buddha and increasing progress in his own practice. Celestial King, Subtle Light Banner, found the door of liberation, of manifesting the door of great compassion and smashing down the banner of all pride and conceit. Celestial King, Realm of Peace, found the door of liberation, conquering the malicious attitudes of all people. Celestial King, Array of Splendid Dis Banner, found the door of liberation, of all the infinite Buddhas of the 10 directions, coming whenever they are remembered. Celestial King, Flower Light Wisdom, found the door of liberation, of everywhere manifesting perfect enlightenment according to the minds and thoughts of sentient beings. Celestial King, sublime light of Indra, found the door of liberation, of independence, of great awesome power to enter all worlds. At that time, the Celestial King's sovereign freedom, imbued with the majestic power of the Buddha, surveyed all the celestial hosts of the heavens of freedom and said in verse, "The Buddha body is all-pervasive, equal to the cosmos. It manifests in response to all sentient beings. With various teachings, he is always guiding. Master of teaching, he is able to enlighten. Of the various pleasures of the world, the pleasure of holy tranquility is supreme. Abiding in the vast essence of reality, sublime eye sees this. The Buddha appears throughout the 10 directions, universally responding to all hearts, teaching the truth. All doubting thoughts are cut off. This is the door of liberation, of beautiful banner crown. The Buddhas speak the wondrous sound throughout the world. The teachings spoken over countless ages can all be expounded in a single word. This is the liberation of courageous intelligence. All the great kindness in the world cannot equal a hair tip of the Buddha's. The Buddha's kindness is inexhaustible as space. This is the realization of wonderful sound. Completely demolishing in all quarters the mountains of pride of all beings. This is the function of the great compassion of the Buddha. This is the path traveled by a subtle light banner. The light of wisdom, pure, fills the world. Any who see it are relieved of ignorance and caused to live their evil ways. Realm of peace realizes this truth. The light of a hair paw is able to expound Buddha names as numerous as sentient beings. According to their pleasure, they all can hear it. This is splendid this banner's liberation. The Buddha's freedom cannot be measured. It fills the cosmos and all space. All the congregations see it clearly. This liberation door, flower intellect enters. Over oceans of eons, infinite, boundless, manifesting everywhere and preaching the truth. Never has a Buddha been seen to have any going or coming. This is the enlightenment of wonderful light.